The three things I want to work on are my speech fillers, my shoulder positioning, and my volume. Felt like I was a little too loud last time. Shout.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Daniel Casenda, and I was born on October 30th, 1990, and today I'm going to be talking about my birth story. Well, in fact, my home birth story. The first thing I want to go over is what is a home birth. Some of you may not know what a home birth is, so I'm going to go ahead and go over that. Second thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about is why my mom chose to do a home birth over a hospital birth. And the third is going to be my actual birth. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is what is a home birth. So by the name, you guys can kind of guess what it is. It's where you're either born at home or in a birth center. So with that being said, you either have what's called a midwife or a doula instead of a doctor. Both are trained either as registered nurses or some particular certification in order to qualify for them to help with the birthing. So the second thing I want to talk about are reasons why my mom chose to do a home birth. So first off was my father at the time was actually incarcerated. At the time my mom was pregnant, so she decided that she wanted to be in the comfort of her own home just to prevent any further anxiety issues going on. One of the other things that my mom chose to do a home birth was it's far less expensive. So typically in a hospital, a birth is about $10,000 depending on what kind of insurance provider you have, and having a home birth is around $3,000. The next reason why my mom chose to have a home birth versus a hospital birth was you get to be at home instead of being in a hospital where there's lots of people you don't know, you haven't really built relationships with over the course of your pregnancy. You get to be in the comfort of your own home with your medulla or your doula or your midwife. These people are with you during your entire pregnancy, so they're checking up on you weekly or monthly, building that relationship so you feel as comfortable as possible. Another reason why my mom decided to do that was my brother was born in a hospital, and the experience that she had was almost a business transaction. My brother was born in a hospital, Mission Viejo Hospital, and it felt as if my mom went into labor, had the baby, and she was out the next day. There was no time to really bond with the baby at the hospital, and my mom was very upset about that at the time. So she decided, I'm gonna try something different. Another reason why my mom decided to have a home birth was the positioning and bonding of the baby. So typically when you're in a hospital, you're placed in a single position where it's not natural for a birth to occur. There's a lot of straining involved, and it's somewhat uncomfortable. But being birthed at home, you can choose any position that you would like. You can stand up, you can sit down, whatever you feel most comfortable. And another reason, or the final reason my mom decided to have a home birth was the bonding experience. So when you do a home birth or when you traditionally do a home birth, there is no drugs administered. There is no epidural, and there is no Pitocin that is inducing of labor. So when you're ready to give birth, you're ready to give birth. You allow your body to naturally go through the stages of labor and birthing without any sort of intervention as far as drugs. And the third thing I want to talk about was my actual birth. It's not really too exciting, but my mom decided to have this home birth in the comfort of our house inside of a inflatable pool with lukewarm water. And my mom said that she was standing during the process and actually was able to pull out me after 13 hours of labor. During this time, my mom regretted the decision because of the pain that she was going through. But after about a week or so, and after I was born, she was able to bond with me a lot better than she was my brother, because she felt much more involved, she was much more aware of what was going on, and she felt the comfort of her own home. And that is my birth story. So what I went over today is what is a home birth, the reasons why my mom chose to do a home birth, and my birth story. Thank you.